A very good morning to all of you. Myself, Dr. Preeti Yadav. I am working as an assistant professor in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurugram. I am from Applied Science Department. Today, I will discuss magnetic, scalar, and vector potential. What is magnetic potential? The magnetic potential is a method of representing the magnetic field by using a quantity called potential instead of the actual B vector field. A potential is a function that represents any vector quantity in a simple way. The representation of a vector field like electric field and magnetic field by their potential is a simple and a convenient method. Magnetic field can be related to a potential by two methods which give rise to two possible types of magnetic potential. First is magnetic scalar potential Vm and the second is magnetic vector potential A. Also, magnetic potential is the property of certain substances or phenomena that give rise to magnetic fields. Both potential, vector as well as scalar can be used in certain circumstances to calculate the value of magnetic field. It is easy to represent any vector field by their scalar potential. First is magnetic scalar potential represented by Vm. As in electrostatic field, we represent electric field by their potential V. Here E is equal to minus del V. There is a relation between electric field and electrostatic potential V. Here this is the del of V. Here the representation of electric field by their potential is easy because V is a scalar quantity whereas E is a electric where E is a vector quantity. The representation of a scalar is easy as compared to a vector quantity. There is a relation between E and V. Same in magnetostatics. There is a magnetic field is represented by minus del Vm where Vm is a scalar potential. Because E is approximate equal to D. D is the electric flux density. Same B is equal to H where H is a auxiliary magnetic field. Now we know that from Ampere's law del cross H is equal to J where J is the current density. Taking curl of equation 2 del cross H is equal to del cross where H is equal to minus del Vm minus del Vm. But from this identity del cross del V is equal to 0. Therefore, del cross del V is equal to 0. Therefore, del cross H is equal to 0. From this equation, J is equal to 0. Hence, magnetic scalar potential Vm is defined only that region where current is 0. Therefore, current density is 0. Therefore, in any region where J is 0 or current is 0, then we use scalar potential Vm for the representation of magnetic field. Hence, H is equal to minus delta Vm. The scalar potential satisfies Laplace equation as in electrostatic field, electrostatic potential V follows the Laplace equation. This is the Laplace equation del square Vm is equal to 0 because J is equal to 0. As in electrostatics, del square V is equal to 0. Electrostatics current charge density is 0. Rho is equal to 0. And the proof of the Laplace equation, as we know that del dot B is equal to 0. Divergence of B is equal to 0 because due to solenoidal nature of B and or non-existence of magnetic monopoles. Here del dot, put the value of B, which is B is equal to mu naught H. There is a relation between B and H in free space. B dot mu naught H is equal to 0 and mu naught del dot H is equal to 0 and mu naught del dot where H is equal to minus del of Vm is equal to 0. Therefore, del square Vm is equal to 0. Only for where J is equal to 0. Current density is equal to 0. This is the Laplace equation for magnetic scalar potential Vm. Now, what is magnetic vector potential or vector potential? Vector potential exists where J is present, where J is not equal to 0. Also, current is present there. Therefore, magnetic vector potential is defined in such a way that its curl, gives the magnetic flux density. Means curl of vector potential gives the magnetic flux density. Here A is a magnetic vector potential and whose units is Weber per meter. Here A is not directed associated with the work the way that's the scalar potential, that is electric potential V is associated with the work in electrostatic field, because in electrostatic field, the definition of electrostatic potential is the amount of work done to bring a unit positive charge from infinity to a particular point. And then how much work is done, that work is known as electrostatic potential in electric field. Now, since we know that del cross H is equal to J, because vector potential is also defined to be consistent with Ampere's law and it can be expressed in terms of either current or current density J. Therefore, we have used Ampere's circuital law. Del cross H is equal to J and we know that B is equal to mu naught H. Therefore, put del cross B is equal to mu naught J from this equation. Since we know that B is equal to del cross A, taking curl of that equation, del cross B, del cross A, and the del cross B is equal to mu naught J. Therefore, this quantity is equal to mu naught J. Now, del dot A minus del square A is equal to mu naught J. Using this relation, del square A is equal to del divergence of A minus del cross A. But we know that del dot A is equal to 0 because del dot B is equal to 0. Divergence of magnetic field is 0. Therefore, del dot A is also 0. Now, this equation is equal to minus del square A is equal to mu naught J and del square A is equal to minus mu naught J. This is the Poisson equation for vector potential A. Here J is the current density and mu naught is the permeability. Now, the value of vector potential in Cartesian coordinates x, y, z. In Cartesian coordinates, del square, the component of A along x-axis Ax, a unit vector Ax plus Ay in y direction, unit vector Ay plus Az in z direction, unit vector Az. Similarly, is equal to minus mu naught Jx along x-axis, unit vector Ax plus Jy Ay unit vector plus Jz Az in z direction. Comparing both sides, del square Ax is equal to minus mu naught Jx. Similarly, del square Ay is equal to minus mu naught Jy. and also in z direction del square Az is equal to minus mu naught Jz. These are the relation for vector potential in Cartesian coordinates. Now we know that the Poisson equation in electrostatics del square V is equal to minus rho Vb by epsilon naught is the volume charge density rho. And we also know that V is equal to Q upon me 4 pi epsilon naught R. Here replace Q by rho V dV, continuous volume charge density. Therefore, V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Volume integral rho V dV upon me R. Taking common rho V upon me epsilon naught. Here 1 upon 4 pi dV by dr. This is the equation 4. Using equation 4, we have to find the value of potential because this is also a potential, magnetic potential. Therefore, here this is a epsilon naught, but in vector potential there is a mu naught, or here rho v is charge density, here Jx is the current density. And this term is same 1 by 4 pi volume integral dv by dr. In terms of Jx, Jy and Jz, the value of A is the same. The x component Ax is equal to mu naught upon me 4 pi Jx upon me r dv. Along x-axis, the y component is mu naught upon me 4 pi volume integral Jy upon me r dv, and z coordinate, z component mu naught upon me 4 pi Jz upon me r dv. In general, the equation for vector potential is A is equal to mu naught upon me 4 pi volume integral J upon me r dv, because here we used general terms. And with B is equal to del cross A and del divergence of B is 0. Now magnetic vector potential in terms of three standard current configuration means line current density, surface current density, and volume current density. Here ideal is line current density, KDS is a surface current density, and JDV is a volume current density. The unit of current density is ampere meter. Now for volume current, A is equal to mu naught upon me 4 pi JDV by R. For surface current, A is equal to mu naught upon me 4 pi KDS upon me R, because K is the surface current density and the surface integral. For line current, the value of A is equal to mu naught upon me 4 pi line integral IDL upon me R. These are the vector potential, value of vector potential for three current density: surface, line, and volume current. Now, what is the relation between vector potential and magnetic flux phi b? As we know that what is magnetic flux? Magnetic flux means passing of number of magnetic field lines through a closed surface whose area is surface area is S. Now phi b is equal to b dot ds, closed surface integral S. But we know that b magnetic field is represented by curl of vector potential del cross A. Replace the value of B by del cross A. Therefore, phi B is equal to del cross A dot ds. And using according to Stokes theorem. And what is Stokes theorem? The integral of the curl of a vector function over a patch of surface is equal to the value of function at the parameter of the patch. Means surface integral of any vector function is changed into a line integral. Therefore, del cross A dot ds is equal to line integral of A dot dl. From this equation, del cross A dot ds is changed into A dot dl. But this equal to magnetic flux. Therefore, A dot dl is equal to magnetic flux. Therefore, this is the relation between vector potential A and the magnetic flux phi B. Now the next topic is vector potential from magnetic field using Stokes theorem. Find the vector potential with the help of B by using Stokes theorem. And we know that B is equal to del cross A, and we also know that Stokes theorem here. Del cross A dot ds, A dot dl, and we from this equation A dot dl is equal to phi of B. Phi of B, replace A dot dl by phi of B, or phi of B is equal to B dot ds. Phi of B is equal to B dot ds. Therefore, del cross A dot ds is equal to B dot ds. This is the representation of vector potential using magnetic flux, or also from Stokes theorem with the help of magnetic. Taking two examples to find the vector potential for solenoid. First is when for the solenoid means this is the solenoid with n turns per unit length and carrying current I in the z direction. When there are two cases, when Gaussian surface is lying outside the current carrying conductor. Means here the Gaussian surface is lying outside this is the current carrying conductor outside the current carrying conductor. Here the current is along the z axis. This is the number of turns in solenoid. As we know that the magnitude of magnetic field for solenoid is mu naught Ni. Mu naught is the constant permeability, and is the number of turns. I is the current. Current in the z direction. Therefore, if I in the z direction, then B in the phi direction. But from B is equal to del cross A, the definition of the curl potential, definition of the potential. Therefore, B in phi direction. As a result, A is also in the phi direction from this equation. Therefore, A is equal to A phi and the unit vector phi. Now we know that A dot dl is equal to phi. Line integral of vector potential is equal to magnetic flux. And here A phi and dl parametry. Here the radius S. Therefore, parameter of this 2 pi s, and here phi is equal to B dot ds. D and ds means area. Here area is pi r square. Radius of the solenoid is r. Therefore, the area is pi r square. And what is the value of B? B is equal to mu naught I. Put this value of B in this equation, and the value of A phi is equal to r square mu naught Ni upon me 2s, and unit in the direction of phi. This is the value of potential when Gaussian surface lying outside the solenoid. When in case of inside the solenoid, then A dot dl, we know that A dot dl is equal to magnetic flux A phi dot 2 pi s, and is equal to area is pi s square B. And solving this equation, the value of A is equal to S mu naught Ni upon me 2 along phi dash. When S is less than R, here this is the S and this is the R. Here S is less than R. Inside case, A is equal to R square mu naught Ni upon me 2s, when S greater than or equal to R in that case. These are the two expressions for vector potential for a solenoid case. Now, what is the application of vector potential? And first is One rationale for the vector potential is that it may be easier to calculate the vector potential than to calculate the magnetic field directly from a given current source geometry. Therefore, it is easy to calculate magnetic field with the help of vector potential from any current source. Its most common application is to antenna theory and the description of electromagnetic waves. Also, it has application to obtain radiation characteristics of apertures and also to obtain radiation leakage from transmission lines, waveguides, and microwaves ovens. It is also used to find near and far fields of antennas. These are the application of vector potential. This is the problem of vector potential. The vector magnetic potential A due to a direct current in a conductor in free space is given by A is equal to x square plus y square along AZ micro Weber per meter square. Find the value of magnetic field produced by the current element at 1, 2, 3, at point 1, 2, 3. Now A is equal to x square is y square x square plus y square AZ micro Weber per meter square, and we know that B is equal to del cross A. Here B is equal to 10 to the minus 6 used for micro. Ax, Ay, Az, del is curly by curly x, curly by curly y, curly by curly z, 0, 0, x square plus y square, because here age only used Az, given Az component. And solving this equation, the value of B is equal to 10 power minus 6, 2y ax minus 2x ay, and put the values which are given here 1, 2, 3, put the value of y2 and x1, and the resultant equation B is equal to 4ax minus 2ay into 10 to the power minus 6, and we know that B is equal to mu naught h, and therefore h is equal to 1 by mu naught 4ax minus 2ai into 10 to the power minus 6, and the resultant is h is equal to 1 upon 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7, because mu naught is equal to 4 pi into 10 to the minus 7, 4x minus 2ay into 10 to the power minus 6 ampere per meter. This is the answer. Now the important question related to vector potential are: first is what is magnetic scalar and vector potential. The second is drive vector potential for current densities IDL, KDL, and JDV. And the third is find the value of vector potential for a solenoid using Stokes theorem. Thank you.